In this question, we're asked to solve 1 over x minus 5 plus 6 over x equal to 2. So what we want to do is simplify the left-hand side. Then we're going to cross multiply, factorize, and solve. So let's start by simplifying the left-hand side. To get our common denominator when we're adding fractions, we're going to stick together the x minus 5 and the x with brackets around it. So then it's going to be 1 multiplied by something plus 6 multiplied by something. So the numerator comes down here, multiplied by something, plus the numerator multiplied by something. And all of this will be equal to 2 over 1. So 2 as a whole number becomes 2 over 1 to help us when we're cross multiplying. Okay, so what actually goes in the brackets and where does it come from? So x minus 5 and x minus 5 will cancel out, leaving us with x. So it's going to be x multiplied by the 1. And then x will cancel out with x, leaving us with x minus 5. So it's going to be x minus 5 multiplied by the 6. Okay, so then we're going to have to multiply out our numerator and our denominator, and then simplify. 1 multiplied by x gives us x. 6 multiplied by x gives us 6x. And 6 multiplied by minus 5 gives us minus 30. And then x multiplied by x gives us x squared. And minus 5 multiplied by x gives us minus 5x. And this is still equal to 2 over 1. So the denominator is already simplified, but we just have to simplify the numerator. So x and plus 6x can go together to give us 7x, and we just bring down the minus 30. So now we've simplified the left-hand side. We have 7x minus 30 over x squared minus 5x, and this is equal to 2 over 1. So now we can cross multiply. The top left gets multiplied by the bottom right, or the numerator on the left gets multiplied by the denominator on the right, and then the top right gets multiplied by the bottom left, or the numerator on the right gets multiplied by the denominator on the left. Okay, so I'm going to do this up here. So it's going to be 7x minus 30 multiplied by 1. So we've got 1 times 7x minus 30. And then it's going to be x squared minus 5x multiplied by 2. So it's going to be 2 times x squared minus 5x. So we multiply out our brackets. 1 by x is 7x, 1 by minus 30 is minus 30, equals 2 by x squared is 2x squared, 2 by minus 5x is minus 10x. So now we have to bring everything over the same side, and it's very important that we keep our x squared as a positive. So we're going to keep the 2x squared and the minus 10x where it is, and we're going to bring over the minus 30 and the 7x. And when you bring something over the equal sign, it changes sign. So the 7x comes over the equal sign and becomes minus 7x. And the minus 30 comes over the equal sign and becomes plus 30. And this is equal to 0. Now we just have to simplify this. We don't have any other x squared, so the 2x squared just comes down here. We can put together the minus 10x and the minus 7x to give minus 17x. And we just bring down the plus 30 equals to 0. Now we have a quadratic that we want to factorize. Since the coefficient of x squared is greater than 1, I'm going to do factorization by grouping method. So what I'm going to do is say 2 multiplied by 30 gives me 60. And I'm going to list out my factors of 60. 1 by 60, 2 by 30, 3 by 20, 4 by 15, 5 by 12, and 6 by 10. So I bring down the 2x squared here, and I bring down the plus 30 here, and I need to figure out what these two terms are going to be. I know that when I add or subtract them, they need to give me minus 17. So I need to choose one of the factor pairs that when I add or subtract them, to give me minus 17. But before I do that, I'm going to figure out what the signs are going to be. Since this is a positive, I know that the signs of both of these terms will be the same. And since this is a minus, I know they will both be minuses. So minus something needs to give me minus 17, and I have to use one of these factor pairs. So I'm going to go with 5 and 12. Minus 5 minus 12 gives me minus 17. And it doesn't matter which way we put these terms, if the minus 5x comes first or the minus 12x comes first, it'll still work out the same way. So I'm going to group together the first two terms and factorize them, and then I'm going to group together the last two terms and factorize those. So I have a look at 5x squared minus 5x, or 2x squared minus 5x, and I think what will divide into both of them, and it's going to be an x. X into 2x squared leaves me with 2x, and x into minus 5x leaves me with minus 5. I can check am I right by multiplying out my brackets. X by 2x is 2x squared, and then x by minus 5 is minus 5x. So I got this part right anyway. Then I have a look at my two terms on the right, and I see what number or letter will divide into both of them, and I'm going to go with 6. 6 into minus 12x leaves me with minus 2x. 6 into 30 leaves me with 5. I can multiply this out to check am I right. 6 by minus 2x is minus 12x, and 6 by 5 is 30. So yes, I'm right. Now, at this point, we like to have what's inside the brackets to be matching, but they are not. We've positive 2x and negative 2x, and we've negative 5 and positive 5. So we have a bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the sign of every term to its opposite. So this plus 6 becomes minus 6. This minus 2x becomes positive 2x. And this positive 5 becomes minus 5. And now I can see that they're matching. So I have x times 2x minus 5 and minus 6 times 2x minus 5. So I know that 2x minus 5 is definitely one of my factors. So that's where that comes from there. And then I bring down the x, bring down the minus 6, and x minus 6 is my other factor. So to factorize 2x squared minus 17x plus 30, I end up with x minus 6 multiplied by 2x minus 5. And I can check am I right by multiplying it out. X by 2x is 2x squared. X by minus 5 is minus 5x. Minus 6 by 2x is minus 12x. Put them together to get minus 17x. And then minus 6 by minus 5 is plus 30. So this factorizes to this. Not finished yet because I was asked to solve. So I'm going to let x minus 6 equal to 0. So x is equal to 6. And then I'm going to let 2x minus 5 equal to 0. So 2x will equal 5. So x will equal 5 over 2. So I was asked to solve, and I get x equals 6 and x equals 5 over 2.